Leonardo da Vinci once said that time waits just long enough for those who use it. So the question is, what are you doing with your time? We all have 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with your time? Are you building your dream? Or are you helping someone else build theirs? Are you putting in the work every single day, every single moment of now? Are you planning for your future? They say planning is bringing the future into the present so you can do something about it now. So the question is this: what are you doing with your time? Remember, the time is always now. And thank you for joining me for the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I'm your host for the podcast. This is a podcast that's dedicated to helping people get past their excuses, helping people say they're not going to do it someday or one day, but they're going to do it right now, because that's the only time we have. If you don't know who I am, my name is Terence Young. I go by TY. I'm a mindset coach, a new thought transformational speaker, an author, a musician, and a workshop facilitator. I help people get past the paradigm of saying, I'm going to do that someday or one day, and instead saying, I'm going to do it right now. I help people harness the power in the eternal moment of now. That's what it's all about. So thank you for joining me for the podcast. If you'd like to donate to the podcast, by all means, you can do so just by going to my website. It's terenceyoungnow.com. If you go there, you can donate there. And thank you in advance for allowing me to continue to do what I do, which is spread these messages of hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the world. All right, so this week in the Time Is Always Now Facebook group, we have a theme every single week, and this week the theme was Know Your Worth. So in this podcast, I want to share with you 3 ideas, 3 concepts on how you can tangibly use this in your life by knowing your worth and how it can change your life. I think it's so important that we don't allow people to control or determine what our worth is for us just by what they think or what they say. I posted a quote during the week, and some of you may have heard this before, but it's know your worth, never settle for less than you deserve. Know your worth. You gotta know what your worth is. So I'm gonna share with you 3 concepts today on how we can know our worth. Why and how we should know our worth. And the first thing is this: let go of anything that is not serving your unfolding good. We'll say that one again. Know your worth. Let go of anything that is not serving your unfolding good. Many times in our lives, we're holding on to something that's no longer serving us. Could it be a relationship? Yeah, it could be some person in a relationship. It could be a job. It could be some type of career. It could be anything. It could be a home or something that you're holding on to. Whatever it is, if it's no longer serving your unfolding good, let it go. We've got to learn to let it go. That's how we learn what we are worth. In the case of it being in a relationship, if that person isn't responding to you, if that person isn't showing that affection and love back to you and respecting your time, you've got to know your worth and let that person go. I love teaching about this. I share it all the time. If someone doesn't show that they respect your time, or you're not worth their time, do them a favor. Remove yourself from the situation. I teach this to my children. I teach this when I'm counseling. I teach it all. I live this. If someone doesn't respect your time, if someone doesn't feel that you're worth their time, do them a favor. Remove yourself from their life, right? You are worth more than that. It's powerful. So one of the first steps to knowing your worth is letting go of anything in your life that is not serving your unfolding good. What is your unfolding good? It is what life is all about. The universe is always working in your favor. It's always working for something to be better for you. If you don't get that circumstance or that job or that career or whatever, that relationship that you want, guess what? That means there's something better out there for you. This is that whole concept where people say that you can't see the doors that are open because you're still looking at the door that closed. But all of these different doors have opened for you. Let go of anything that is not serving your unfolding good. When you let go, you free yourself up to see everything the universe has to offer for you, everything that is working in your favor. When you let go, you start to see the doors open, the people show up, the places, the opportunities. It all comes in when you let go. If you want to know what you're worth, stop holding on to stuff that's no longer serving your unfolding good. I've experienced this in relationships and things of my own. When I was younger, I used to hold on to a relationship. I remember holding on so tight and wanting to follow this lady around, this girl around, and see who she was talking to as we broke up. I was so young that I didn't realize I needed to just let it go. And now if someone doesn't call me back, yeah, it's okay. I let it go. I let it go quick. And it's a freeing feeling when you're able to do that. Even if it's not a relationship, if it's maybe you're holding on to some job that is no longer serving your unfolding good, let it go. Move on to something. There are so many. We are in the information age. You can make money doing anything you want. Let it go. Find that thing for you, whatever it is. But let go of the thing that is no longer serving your unfolding good, because what you're holding on to is bringing you down. It's bringing your vibration down. That's why you're tired. That's why you're sick. That's why you're not feeling well. You don't feel motivated. It's because you're holding on to something that you should have let go of. When you let go, you free yourself. If you want to find your worth, let go of what is no longer serving your unfolding good. That's number one. Second thing is this: do what makes you happy. Just do what makes you happy. Is that so hard? You want to know what your worth is? Do what makes you happy. You will find out what your worth is. I teach a course on finding your passion, and the first step in that is do what you love. Find the thing that you love to do. So I don't know what that is for you, but do what makes you happy. For me, speaking is something that makes me happy. It's not the only thing. Running and exercise, it makes me happy. That's why I talk about it all the time, and I do it all the time. And I'm almost back to running too. That's right. The knee is feeling better. I'm healing, and I'm so happy about it. I'll update you guys when I get a chance to run again. I'm riding my bike again now and slowly getting back up to it. There's a little bit of trepidation, a little fear there of running again, but the knee is better. I know it is. And I'll get back out there soon, very soon. But do what you love to do. And when I do what I love to do, which is speaking, which is teaching, what I'm doing right now, doing this podcast, it's a freeing feeling. And I know my worth because when I do it, because I go out and speak all the time. When I'm speaking and people come up to me afterwards and I'll have great conversations and counsel and coach and talk, it's just great. And people will say to me, you found your calling. You're doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. And that's such a validating feeling because you know what? I know that. I feel it. I'm doing the thing that makes me happy. I want that same thing for you. I want that same thing for everybody. Then, and the thing is, see, I know my worth because I can see it. Because I'm giving it and I'm getting the return from it. People are saying, yeah, you should be doing this. I'm like, yes, it's validating. This is showing me what my worth is, not because of other people, it's because I'm doing it and I know what it is. And I want you to do that too. You got to find that thing for you, whatever it is, and you will know your worth once you start doing it. You don't need other people to tell you that. You will know. I am working within my passion right now, and I know that God put me on this earth to be an inspiration, to be a motivation, to be an encourager, to inspire others through the spoken word. What is that for you? You want to know what your worth is? You want to find your worth? Do what you love to do. Now, once you do it, the third thing is this. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent and disciplined, which I talked about a couple of weeks ago as well. Be consistent with whatever it is. The very act of me speaking and doing this podcast is a form of practice and work right now. Do the thing you love to do and be consistent so you can get better at it. What do they say? You don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. You got to continue to work on it, right? No one starts out as the best ever. I love the story of Tom Brady. I think it's awesome. He said, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right here in my city. And Tom Brady was drafted in 2000, I believe. 199 players were drafted before him. 6 quarterbacks were drafted before him. None of them are playing now, by the way. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He's considered the greatest player ever to play football. But at the time of the draft in 2000, a lot of people didn't know his worth. But he did. He did. And he talks about it. I've seen interviews where he says, I just knew I was going to keep working and staying consistent and working on my craft. I knew. See, the scout said he's too slow and he can't throw the ball far enough down the field and this and that. And these other people they picked before him, they could do all those things. They were quicker and faster, could run and jump higher and throw the ball further. But Tom Brady said he knew what his worth was. So he just dug in, got consistent, and went to work every single day. And when his opportunity came, he snatched it. And he took off from there. And he's never looked back, literally winning a Super Bowl last year right here in Tampa. Number 7. It's incredible. But see, they didn't know his worth, but he did. And that's the thing. We have to know our worth. It's not about what other people think. When we know it, it's powerful. I was doing my Friday morning meditation this morning. I was talking about this very thing. And it's like we have to know who we are. We are made in the image and likeness of God. We don't need anyone else to validate how worthy we are. We are already worthy. God validates us. The power and the presence of God is living through us. The power and the presence of Spirit of the universe lives within us, lives within you. You're already worthy. If you are dreaming it, if you can see it in your mind, you can make it happen. You are worthy. Don't let anyone tell you what you're worth. No one, and I mean no one, can tell us what we are worth. You know who you are, and you know whose you are. You are a child of God, made in the image and likeness of God. The power and the presence of God is living within you. You're worthy. You're worthy. Know your worth. Absolutely know your worth. Number 1, let go of the things that are no longer serving your unfolding good. If it's a person, place, thing, job, career, whatever, if it's no longer serving your unfolding good, let it go. Number 2, do what you love to do. Do the thing that makes you happy, that brings that smile to your face. Do that. You'll start to see your worth when you start to do the thing that makes you happy. Number 3, be consistent. Continue to be consistent and work at what it is that you love to do. That's how you find your passion. That's how you find your purpose, because they are connected. Know your worth. You are a child of God. And I said this earlier. When you start worrying about what other people think of you, that's the problem. We shouldn't worry about what other people think of us. I said this earlier. I'll say it again. What other people think of you is none of your business. What other people think of you is none of your business. Don't worry about them, because those that mind don't matter. Those that matter don't mind. You know your worth. Remember, you are a child of God. You are walking around with the presence and the power of God within you. You're worthy. You're worthy. And if someone doesn't see that, let them go. When we know this, it'll change our lives. And when you walk around knowing that that Spirit of God is within you, knowing that you are worthy and you deserve the best of everything, you can unequivocally say, I own the now and I have won. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Time Is Always Now podcast. I really appreciate you. Go ahead and share this episode, share this podcast with your friends. I want as many people as possible to be able to get this message, to be able to hear this message. My duty, my purpose, my drive in life is to encourage, inspire, and motivate other people to live their lives to the best of their ability by harnessing the power in the eternal moment of now. So thank you. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is TY. I'm signing off. And remember, the time is always now.